or banksters. Do you here with rob the bank? Come deposit some time, withdraw some knowledge. Follow me as I follow money. Let's dive deep. My Johnny Manziel shit and get rich. Even though he blew that bag, I ain't even gonna front. Hey, real quick, that's an example though. He is an example of what it's like to blow a bag, to spiral out of control and not take advantage of your situation. This is not me saying anything like negative about Johnny Manziel. Well, if anything, I'm saying just look at his life and see what you can take from it. If you feel some type of way about it, you feel some type of way about it, but I can give a fuck less. So, um, yeah. But the video today is on one of my favorite people. Anton Kriel. So I don't think aren't thou new share. There we go.
Anton, do you remember the other day in Singapore, you were talking about what young people do wrong. What do you think they could do right?
Okay, real quick, just a quick backstory. I love Anton Kriel. He's a trader. I do a lot of reviews on traders because they prioritize trading psychology. They prioritize psychology to be able to optimize their trading strategies and to make more money. So I am a big proponent of mindset. I'm a big proponent on mental systems. And I like how traders think. So I do a lot of reviews on them. Anton Kriel is one of those guys that I kind of stumbled upon, and I watched one video and kind of fell in love with his message. So let's go ahead and just follow through. I already respect money and be indifferent towards it. I mean, that's a law in and of itself. Because here on my page, on Follow the Money with Rob the Bank, here on this page, I equate women and money as the same thing. So you respect women, but you be indifferent towards them. I respect you, but okay, whatever. Okay, like with Jay-Z. Okay, okay, sure. I love you, baby. You get the tweaking. Okay, see you later. But let's see what he talks about though.
It comes down to a number of things, and they are all connected. But probably one of the most important things, I think, is actually the way people view money.
Right.
And the way there's two main problems with most people in the way that they view money. The first major problem that I've picked up on over the years is people not really understanding the function of money, why it exists. And if you don't understand why money exists and its real function, you tend to have no respect for it. And the second thing is actually to do with emotion towards money. So having some sort of emotional barrier towards money itself. So, with the first one, for example, like for the function of money and the purpose of why it actually exists, we're always told these messages where, like, for example, money is the root of all evil. Money doesn't make you happy. The more money you have, the more problems you're going to have. But I just want you to think about it for a second. It's pretty damn obvious, okay? But people always miss this point. Just imagine a world that didn't have any money in it at all.
Okay, before he kind of touched on that, listen, money's the root of all evil. Money brings problems, and money doesn't buy happiness. Let's extrapolate those and kind of let's dive deeper into those and point out the mental flaws that come with that. Let me put this in the middle so I'm kind of looking at make it seem like I'm looking at y'all. First one, money is the root of all evil. It's not true. It's like saying guns kill people. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Okay. Money is not the root of all evil. What you do for money is the root of your evil. You are the root of your evil. Money is just exposing that you are an evil bastard. Okay. That is what money is showing. You are an evil bastard. Okay. The person who probably said that was probably a broke motherfucker who won, or a rich motherfucker that didn't want you to go get money or to acquire wealth. That's probably who that was. Either that or a broke motherfucker who couldn't get money and now they just want everybody else to be miserable with them. That's the first thing. Number two, money doesn't buy happiness. Money definitely buys a certain level of happiness. Okay? Have you ever wanted to go get ice cream and couldn't buy it? That's the point. You can get up, get in your car with gas in your car, which money had paid for, and went to go buy some ice cream to make you feel better. All of which was purchased with money, not with hopes and fucking dreams. Okay? Have you ever been sad on the beach? I don't think you you can really be sad on the beach. Have you ever been broke? If you've ever been broke, like I have, me, my brother, my father, and my mother and sister as well, and the people and my friends that grew up with me and around me, we all have been poor. We all have been broke. Okay. When you're poor and you're broke, and then you get a tad bit of money. I'm not saying a lot of money, but you get enough money to cover your expenses, your basic needs. You start to not think in certain ways to hurt people, to get money, to do negative shit to get money, to cross your friends to get money, to not survive. You care about thriving, not surviving. All right, let me stop being let me stop being an asshole. But money definitely buys happiness to a certain extent. If anything, I guess this would be a better way to say it. Money buys peace of mind towards surviving. I don't think nobody can dispute that. Even if you don't say money buys happiness, it definitely buys you peace of mind. Can we say that? Now from there, you can get greedy. That will make you unhappy because now you're greedy, or you want more, which is not a bad thing. And once again, it is how it is processed. Are you killing people to get your money? Are you so greedy to the point where you killing people to get your money? You can be greedy in a positive sense of, you know what, I want more money, which means I'm gonna work harder, I'm gonna work smarter, I'm gonna devise plans and goals that will help me generate more money, that will help me beat my competition, to be better than my competition, not fucking do certain things to eradicate my competition. Okay, so money definitely does buy happiness. And third, money brings problems. Okay, cool. Being broke brings problems. I don't know if you know this, but being broke presents more problems than being rich. Just saying. Have you ever had the problem of eating because you were broke? Yeah, that's a problem. A good problem is I have too many places to go eat. So I have to stop. I have to pick which place to eat. That's a good problem. I don't know about you. That's a good problem. I have too much money and I have to pay taxes. That sounds like a good problem to have than saying, I don't have enough money to pay for my lights. That's a good problem. Okay. So, a tad bit of basic common sense here could alleviate a lot of the, could quell a lot of the cognitive dissonance around money. That is a huge thing. Look, money is not, money is a tool. Money buys time and more resources. MJ DeMarco, or I forget who else said this, but I read his book, Millionaire Fastlane. Money is soldiers that you put into the war to create, to get you more money. That's all it is. It's assistance, people to help you. Money, you take the money and you go take them. Hey, I'm going to invest in this, and hopefully it produces more fruit. That's what money is. Or it buys you speed. It buys you convenience. It buys you good memories. But it's an investment. It takes, you use that to purchase more things. Grant Cardone, and one of why I respect Grant Cardone's message so much, and I will be doing videos on Grant Cardone, is Grant Cardone's message is literally just that. Take your army or your assistants and all your money, go invest it into something that will bring you more soldiers and more money to do and buy things that you that you that you want. Take the money, invest in things that you need so you can get the things that you want. A simple message that I don't understand how many people miss the mark on this, but he's literally telling you how to get rich. Literally, he went from he tells a story. Everybody knows the story, but he went from a failure to being rich. Long story short, he's almost a billionaire now, at least on paper. I don't know if he's a liquid billionaire, but the mother. Long story short, the motherfucker got more money than you, so he has some idea. Just saying, he has some idea. He has some idea of what he's talking. So at least give him an ear. Same with Anton Kriel. Anton Kriel has worked with some of the biggest firms. So he has some Goldman Sachs and all these other places. He has an idea of what he's talking about, and he does it at an extremely high level. This is why I listen to
him. Money obviously has a function, and in your own time you can go and look at this online because it's pretty well known amongst people who understand the function of money. So look up the double coincidence of wants. The double coincidence of wants is really important. So
let's see what that is. The double coincidence of okay. Not gonna get too deep into it, but in principle, double coincidence of wants will mean that both parties must agree to sell and buy each commodity. Under the system, problems arise through the improbability of the wants, needs, or events that cause motivated transactions occurring at the same time in the same place. One example is the bar musician who was paid with liquor or food items which his landlord will not accept as rent payment, when the musician will rather have a month's shelter if instead the musician's landlord were to throw a party and desire music for it. Hire the musician to play it by offering the month's rent in exchange. A coincidence of wants would exist. So supply and demand, I mean, that's kind of what it is. So it's almost like a bartering. That's kind of what it seems like. I could be wrong, but let me see. It is an economic phenomenon that both parties own items that the other wants, so they exchange these items directly without any monetary medium. Yeah, barter. That's kind of what it sounds like. I give you 20 sheets for my wife. I mean, for my daughter. Like, you want a wife, and I need 20 sheep. So what we'll do is we will trade the sheep and my daughter. Now that you have to give me money to get my daughter, or because in Africa that's what they do, or for Muslims you pay forget what they call it, but you pay to get pretty much to acquire the daughter, pretty much. But that's pretty much what it seems like, a system where we both wants a need. You want this, I need this. We trade that exactly. But money is kind of the, um, I guess it simplifies the negotiation terms because we can put a pure monetary value on it and it's exchanged everywhere. So if you're not from, a land, I mean, if you have, goats could be more or less needed than where you at. So instead of just getting goats or whatever the fuck, you just pay for the daughter. You know what I'm saying? You just acquire the daughter. Or if you don't want to sell your daughter, you just buy the goats. So that makes more sense because you can take this. It's a universal. I think that's really what it's getting to, because it could be, if now bartering to a certain extent could be just locally, but money is universal. It's a universal coincidence of want, because first off, we all want it, and then they could purchase the things that we want, that we need. So it replaces, okay, I don't need any fucking goats. I don't want any chickens. I don't want none of that shit. But I do want your daughter. So I'm gonna pay for her. I'll just give you the money for her hand. That type of thing. So, okay. That's dope.
To understanding the function of money. Because without money, we essentially live in a barter economy. And everything that we're used to consuming in the world now has come about because of the function of money. And it makes society work. It's something that if you understand why it exists, to solve the need of the double coincidence of wants, you respect it more. And people don't get this. So look up the double coincidence of wants and look up the alternatives. So the barter economy, that's the alternative. And we're led to believe a lot of the time that.
Real quick, just so I don't know if everybody knows this or whatever, but we're gonna also go here. What is barter? Bartering is exchange for other goods or other services without using money. So you're exchanging good sheep for the dog instead of just giving. Well, let me use a different example. Okay, there you go. Let me good example. Let's see if we can find a picture for you guys. Oh, that's a perfect example, but I think this picture's popping up. Yeah. So give you an apple for a t-shirt, give you an orange for a burger, give you tools for hair clippers and so forth and so on. There you go. You're welcome.
Wanting money is a bad thing. And people blur the lines between wanting to do better for yourself and your family and that type of greed, and the greed of harming or abusing other people, and money is the medium through that. So one, in my mind, is a positive greed, in that you want to do better for yourself and you want to do better for your family. In my mind, there's nothing wrong with that. The other type of greed, obviously, is not good. It's a negative greed, where you're harming other people to become wealthy. And you don't have to do that. If you just understand the function of money, firstly, and respect it, you'll realize that money isn't the root of all evil. It's greed that's the root of all evil in a negative sense when you're harming other people. Money has a function and there's a positive greed. So again, imagine your life or the world without money in it. Everything that you consume, everything that you experience these days is a function of the monetary system that's built up over hundreds of years. And we've come from the barter economy to be where we are today. Without it, society literally would not function. So understand it and respect it. That's the first thing. And understand the difference between positive and negative greed and do the right things. And what you've also got to understand as well is money itself. In enterprise, for example, there's only two inputs to enterprise: capital and labor. And what you've got to understand is that money itself is a commodity. And labor is a commodity as well. And they both have prices. So capital has a price and labor has a price. So for capital, the price is interest. And for labor, it's the price that labor is willing to work for. So there's a labor market. And in any enterprise, there's just two inputs: capital and labor. And capital markets are absolutely necessary. Society would not function without capital markets because capital is a commodity and has a price, and it needs to be transacted. And it allocates resources as optimally as possible because there's demand and supply for capital and demand and supply for labor. And when labor wants too much of the share of enterprise and capital gets too less, capital leaves. It goes away. And that's not good for labor long term.
Okay. So this is what he's speaking of. So I can get a better idea of what, let me explain it so I can get a better idea too. What he's saying is, if you ever see companies leave states to go to other states to either cut taxes and to be able to pay cheaper, whether it would be taxes or labor. It's right here. Taxes and labor. So a lot of companies, they move because of these type of things. Because now what they're saying, pretty much what he's saying, the labor and the cost of do business has risen so much that it's kind of hard for us to continue to do business. So the money leaves and we go to a better place that's best suited for us to be able to run efficiently. And I think that's what he's saying. Same. Well, I was thinking about this. We could put it in just because here once again it's put it in female terms. Females, once you see capital and labor, once they feel like they're putting, let's not say putting more love into you than once they feel like they're putting more love into you than they're getting out, any person, it's not just females, but females, we just speak about females. Once you feel like you put more labor or you put more work into somebody than what you're getting out of it, you leave and you go find a new person to go do that with. And it's the same thing, but it's just with business.
So when you understand the function of money and capital markets, you understand that it's absolutely necessary for them to exist. Because in all circumstances in history, when capital has been locked out of the market and left, there's been widespread depression. Money makes society work. And a small problem is that, these days it's very popular to have this view of the world, this view of money, that the system is broken and doesn't work. Well, it does, because there is no better alternative. It's not perfect, but there's no better alternative. And just because, for example, someone was born with no capital doesn't mean the system is wrong or unfair.
Right.
They just need to understand the role of money and understand its function. So all of these messages that we get about money, so money is the root of all evil. No, it's not. Greed is. Money doesn't make you happy. Well, people that I know and myself with money who have done quite well for themselves, we know that that we're not stupid. These guys aren't stupid, and they absolutely know it doesn't make them happy. They're generally speaking exactly the same as they were.
So real quick, I just thought about this too. Money technically does buy happiness. I'm gonna tell you how. Have you ever ate shitty food and you feel bad? Like low quality food, like a bunch of fried food, and you just ate that all day, every day. And you feel shitty when you eat shitty food that's limited based on the money that you have. You feel shitty because it's like not because that this is all you could afford, but because the only money that you have is allocated towards bad food. Now, if you have more money to be able to purchase higher quality food or higher end restaurants, which food would be higher quality, you feel better because it's not greased up. It's what I'm saying, it's grilled or it's cooked in a manner that it's better for you than a bunch of canola oil or you get what I'm saying? Like it's better quality food for the price. You get what you pay for and you become what you eat. So if you eating shitty foods, then you become a shitty person. You become less happy. And once again, I am saying this because I come from the inner city of Chicago, where at every corner you have a Sharks, you have a Harold, you have a J&J's Fish, you have these places, and I'm not saying that they are bad establishments. What I'm saying is, if you eat this shit every day, then it weighs down on you. It literally clogs your arteries, literally stops airflow to get to your brain, which is proven for you to make bad decisions, and even more so is proven to make you feel bad. I'm not sitting here just throwing random shit in the air. The better quality food. Have you ever wondered why you fast for a reason? Because you shed or you get rid of all those toxins that make you feel a certain type of way. That is a real thing. That is unequivocally, I don't even know if that's a good word to use, but it's undisputably a real thing. The type of food that you eat makes you feel bad. But translate that, if you have the money to buy a Kangen water machine, you feel better when you drink higher quality water instead of your fucking shitty tap water. Message. But that's what I'm saying. Money literally buys happiness. If you live in the United States, you want to leave this motherfucker, you had to pay your way to get to where the fuck you wanted to go to. And in turn, you become happier, which means you still needed the money to do it. Money buys happiness. I don't give a fuck what you said or how you want to, argue this, but money buys happiness. End of story. But it brings on problems, but it brings on a different set of problems. The reason, right, why most people, let's say it brings on problems, because it's a set of problems that you're not used to handling. I'm free, white, and 21. Don't call me black. Reason being is because black problems, people who are considered black, which are usually poor people, they have problems of okay, how do we pay the rent today? Do we choose food or the rent today? Do we do certain things? And what I'm saying, I'm not denouncing being African American. I'm just saying the legal term of black and the legal term of white. That's what I'm saying. I'm not denouncing my African American heritage. I'm not OJ. I'm not black on OJ. It's not what I'm saying. I'm speaking on a higher plane of the law sees white people and black people as poor, black being poor and white being rich. This is what that's all I'm saying. So I'm white. It's probably gonna go a lot of people's head, which is cool. Gonna give me a lot of clicks. But I'm just telling the truth. A sovereign individual. That's usually more like white people, but white people, not Caucasian. I'm not Caucasian, white. This is why when you get baptized, you wear white. When you go to funerals, you wear black. So I'm not black. I have a darker hue. I have melanated skin. I am not black. I am a raspberry chocolate, baby. Okay, I got a reddish hue. You hear me? But I'm not black. That's not what I'm claiming to be. I'm African American. I'm not black. People are gonna hate me for it, but this should be a very interesting topic on what it is. And I would love for a lawyer to like watch this shit and be like, yo, what he's saying is actually kind of true. Like, you know what I mean? Because black, if you want to say this, is called civility mortis. You can look this shit up. I'm getting off topic like a motherfucker. But real quick, black is called civility mortis, which means dead within the law. Look it up. You don't believe it? You know what? I'll do that real quick for y'all. So you're like, oh, this man's OJ. Rob, Rob said he isn't black anymore. Civiliter mortis. Civiliter mortis is the loss of all or almost all civil rights by a person due to a conviction or a felony due to an act by government. Is black, hello, black is dead in the eye of the law. Wow, Rob isn't just talking out the side of his ass. Oh my God. You fuckface. Read publication. Real quick. How long? I don't even know how long it's been, but I want to just jump back into the video. So, oh, this guy is serious. Okay, and by the way, okay, this shit isn't loading fast enough. Man, go figure this shit out on your own. I already did most of this. You are dead in the eyes of the law. Fuck off. Like, I'm not about to sit there and be doing this shit all day. Eat a dick. First, there exists no nations of Black Americans, nor is there a Black America in any document recorded the world over. Just saying, or do your own fucking research, eat a dick. Okay, back to the video. I love you.
When they were young and had no money, they're exactly the same type of people, but they're just a little bit older and a little bit wiser. And the other sayings, so the more money you have, the more problems you have. Well, it's just not the case. If the more money, you only have problems if you don't manage your money properly. So if you manage it well, then you're gonna do okay. You're actually probably gonna be more comfortable, more relaxed, have more freedom, more choices, and probably it helps you become happier. It doesn't make you happy, it just helps you become happier. So all these messages that people get told, constantly growing up, this creates the second.
And I want to say this real quick. I genuinely believe most people commit crimes because of bad money management. Not because, well, I think it's a tad bit of greed. I think most people commit crimes or fuck people over due to bad money management. Person who I ain't saying this is right or wrong. Get it how you live. But if you're robbing people, you wouldn't have to rob as many people if the money that you got from robbing people, you actually knew how to manage the money. I'm just saying, you wouldn't have to keep doing it because you knew I'm gonna rob a couple people. I'm gonna rob I'm gonna rob Jane to pay Paul, or rob Peter to pay Paul. But Peter is, I'm gonna rob Peter, which is some random motherfucker, some Mark, and Paul is your investment. You know what? I'm gonna rob this motherfucker to go put it in investments. I ain't gotta rob people no more. I'm just saying. But due to people saying, you know what? I'm gonna go rob this motherfucker to buy a Gucci belt. That's where the problem comes in at. Just saying. So that's where you gotta, I'm just saying, if most people have better money managing skills, or and I'm gonna create this light bulb, Jimmy Neutron motion, brain blast. I'm gonna help because I actually I have systems for myself. I manage my money extremely well. But yeah, if you manage your money well, you don't have to. If you live by certain principles, you never have to worry about money. And so I'll just say this: a lot of people, when they get money, let's say you make $50,000 a year, can be turned into $1 million. I don't care what nobody says. The problem is that a lot of people P&L statements, you make $50,000 a year, but your expenses exceed 70. You have $70,000 of expenses, credit cards and all type of other bullshit. That's how people usually live their lives. Or let's just say you break even and say 50,000. Then let's say you work so hard. You're just such a hard worker. Oh my God, you are a 40-hour-a-week worker, an 80-hour-a-week worker. You make a killing, and you get a raise, and you get 75,000. Your stupid ass will start to spend $75,000, not stay at $50,000. Your stupid ass will then increase your expenses to $75,000. I don't know what business could ever get into the green that spend $75,000 that they made and puts it right back out. But who the fuck am I? I'm robbed the bank.
Problem as well. So first of all, not understanding the function of money, but secondly, also having emotional barriers to money. This is the second problem. And actually, I can just go off and I'll come back in a second to illustrate the point.
Okay.
All right.
All right. What do you?
I'll be back in a second. Wait there. I can go and get something and to illustrate the point more accurately.
Okay. Okay.
Go back in.
Okay.
Go back in. I'll show you what I properly mean.
Okay.
Okay. So $20. $20. Yeah.
Hey, hey, oh, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I don't think nobody, I don't know if y'all realize this or not. Folks got cake. Like, he got money. Because I'm pretty sure he about to pull out some more fucking money. Dude is holding, like, he got a bag of like 60 racks right now. I can damn near guarantee you he got a bag of 60 racks. He just not flaunting it. And this is real money. Not y'all cinematic money. This is real money.
So it's $20 on the table.
Okay.
Look at it again. Look at it.
Is this a magic trick or?
No, it's not a magic trick.
Okay.
So when you look at the $20,
yeah,
what do you think of it?
Buy me a couple of drinks or a meal or a cinema ticket, whatever.
Okay. So this was what's so interesting about this already. He's kind of the consumer mindset already. Drinks, a couple movies, all this. First off, that's the first thing I heard. Consumer. I'm consuming. I got money. Let me go consume a bunch of shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's what it can buy you.
Sure.
But what do you actually think of it?
It's money. It's,
Yeah. So, okay.
Okay.
So not much.
Right.
Right. Okay. Now let's move on. What about $100?
Sure. It's again, I think about it in terms of what I can buy with it, and that
Okay.
a night out or
What you
going to a nice restaurant, whatever.
So yeah, it's like a night out, maybe with a few other people. Like
Sure.
go to a nice restaurant, have a few drinks, take your family out, whatever. Right. Well, what do you think of it?
I see what he's saying.
I mean, it's a decent amount of money. If I lost it, I'd be a bit annoyed, sort of thing.
Okay. Let's make the stakes higher.
Okay.
So first off, this is what's kind of funny because a lot of higher thinking people have problems with this. Is that he in his mind, he's not asking the proper question for him to get a proper response. He thinks he know, like you understand, the guy understands what he's saying. He asks an open-ended question, but he's not getting the answer that he wants. You know what I'm saying? But we can continue though.
So here's $1,000.
Yeah.
I told y'all this thing was on racks. You feel me? He was holding some
What do
money.
you think of that?
So it's become a decent amount of money.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
What
quite a lot.
What can you buy with $1,000?
Buy sort of appliances, things that people typically buy with.
Yeah, phones, TVs.
Sure, games, consoles,
Consume.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Consume.
Okay.
Oh, he said consume.
Let's take this to a slightly higher level. $5,000.
Trying to tell y'all, this nigga got cake. Got a bag of like 60 racks, if not more, right now. What? Talk that talk. This is why I like Anthony Kriel. This is why I like this is real bankster shit. He's a gangster about money. He's a bankster. This is real bankster shit. He's talking. Come on, man.
Yep.
Right. What do you think of the $5,000?
Well, that is a lot of money by any objective standards. That's like what somebody's monthly or even salary for 2 months.
Sure.
Quite a few people.
So what do you think of it?
Again, it's a considerable amount of money for a lot of people.
Now I could put any amount of money down on that table.
Sure.
I could put 10,000, 100,000, a million. But let's go back to the beginning. Let's take off the 5, the 1,000, and the 100, and go back to the 20. And the next question is this: what do you think the $20 note thinks of you?
Nothing. It's just money. It's just a piece of paper.
Of course,
right?
It can't think. It's a piece of paper with 20 written on it.
Sure.
It thinks how you think. It has no feelings towards you. It thinks how you think. Do with me as you will. That's pretty much how it thinks of you. Do with me as you will. You have power. Use your power to your discretion. That's what money thinks of you. Same with women. Women fall up under this ideology as well. Do you think, like, don't get me wrong, she likes you, but to a large extent, to be a good leader, when you fall into good leader status, she's like, do with me as you will. When it's time to have sex with women, what does she say? Do with me as you will. That's why women can conform to different things, like different men what different men like, because they just say, do with me as you will. I'm up to the discretion of your power. Whatever you like, I shall grant. This is what it is. And this is what women do as well. This is why I associate women with money. Money don't think shit about you. I'm up to the discretion of your power and how you use to leverage it. Not I'm not here same with women. Women, I'm here. Use me as you please. Once I choose you, use me as you please. But I want to be used. That's the caveat to money. I want to be used. Just don't abuse me. Use me, but don't abuse me. Because once you abuse me, I it what's Beyonce's song? You hurt me, you hurt yourself. It's the same thing. Women and money. You abuse if you abuse women, you hurt her. You really hurting yourself. Same with money. If you abuse money, if you hurt money, you hurt yourself. You don't hurt money. You really hurting yourself. You get what I'm saying? And that's what he's saying. That's the point he's trying to get across. And that's my point as well with women. You use women. You don't abuse women. This is why, and I'm saying it from experience. To have sex with a woman once every week or once every 2 weeks that you choose your discretion, or to have sex with a woman every single day is to abuse that woman. Because you're abusing it. You're not using, you're only utilizing one component of her, right? You're only utilizing her vagina, which is cool. It's not a problem. It becomes a problem when you only abuse this one part of her, this one aspect of her, when she has so much more to give to you. This is why when you use her, you don't use her just for your body, just for her body. You utilize her emotions, her connectedness to the moon, which is her period, her moon cycle, her God-given intelligence. Once you utilize all that to your best benefit, then you can use her more than whatever small thing it is. Same with money. Some people are only using money to consume. In nature, there's nothing wrong with consuming. We all do it. The problem is when you abuse consuming, when you want to get a new iPhone every time the iPhone comes out and you don't have the money to really pay for it comfortably. That's the problem. It's not a problem if you got, like my man just showed, if he gave the first thought that you had was, I can buy this to produce more. I can use this $20 to invest more. I can use this $100 to buy this to bring me more money. I can use this $1,000 to help me generate $2,000. I can use this $5,000 to increase my income. There's not, the first thought he said was, shit, I can go take motherfuckers out and buy a good date, pay for a woman, right? And this is why women love these type of men. This is why women love, and have your opinion is whatever you say. This is why women love pimps. This is why women love men who are good with women, because they understand this is, in me, and this is my personal opinion, this is the divine way to use women. This is the divine way, because you're using women to their best, to the most optimal level. You're not just saying, look, baby, you just gonna lay next to me, I'm gonna fuck you, and I'm gonna pay for all this other shit. That's dumb. I don't fully subscribe to that. I do subscribe to utilizing women in their natural abilities. That's what I subscribe to. And the same with money. Money has an ability. Money talks and bullshit runs marathons. That's how I look at it. If you go to, I just kind of had this conversation last night. If I come to you and I tell you, hey, look, I know a way we can make $10,000. I'm like, okay, sure. Whatever you say, bucko. But if I come to you and say, look, I have made $15,000 in the last 2 weeks doing this one thing. Would you like to do it with me and increase how much money you make, and I slap 15 racks on the floor, you're going to have a different energy towards that money, because money talks and bullshit run marathons. Action speaks louder than bullshit, essentially.
It's a commodity. It doesn't think. It's a commodity that's used to transact for goods and services to satisfy wants and needs. That's all it is. Okay. The problem with it, with most people, what they don't understand is that all the problems with money exist with them, not with the money. The money doesn't think anything of you. So whether it's $20, $100, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million, it doesn't matter. Because $1 million or $100,000 or $10,000 is just a whole bunch of 20s that think nothing of you.
100%.
So there's no difference except monetary value. So this is the second major problem. It's having emotional barriers, because the more money I put down on the table, the more you think of it. Because you think automatically of what it can buy you to satisfy wants and needs.
Right.
The key is to be indifferent. So going right back to the beginning.
So, and once again, I'm doing this so we all can be on the same page with this. Because biggest thing I find is that people have definitions and don't really know what the definition of the word is. Having no particular interest or sympathy, neither good nor bad, just mediocre. So you have no feeling about it. Money is just money. That's what he's just saying. Money is just that. And he said something, let me go back.
I put down on the table, because $1 million or exists with them, not with the money. The money doesn't.
Oh, the problem is you. You are who you are, no matter wherever you go. So, however you, once again, we all have a matrix. We all have a process of how we think. And this is why I always say update your software so your supercomputer can run optimally and efficiently. You need to update your software. This is updating your software, giving you processes and systems to think through how to operate through money or operate in the world as efficiently as possible. And this is what I'm saying. What he's saying is, okay, how do you view money? In the past, how have you viewed money? Well, money bought me food and bought me, good feelings and all this. Okay, why? Maybe because I'm a little bit more sadder than usual. Okay, good. Why have you been as heavy? Once you figure out your own fucking problems, then you can progress forward. And then you can process, you can not not get rid of, but you can work around certain things. And this is the interesting thing about finding your strengths and weaknesses. Because once you understand those, then you can work around them better. You can optimize for your strengths and sustain whatever your weaknesses are. But you can optimize for your strengths. This is why they say that. Because now you understand your psychology. This is why I like traders, because the biggest thing on traders is to make sure your psychology is correct so you don't lose your account of 3, 4, maybe $10 million. And this is why I like these type of guys, is because they have to correct their psychology to perform at a world-class level. Anton Kriel is a world-class trader. And this is why he's telling you, you have to understand why you think, what do you think about money, and let's correct that. Because once we can change your glasses to see through, I'm on my Ray J shit. Now you can know now you have better glasses to look through the world on how to actually work with your money, to be indifferent about it. Same with your women. I'm gonna look through my woman. I'm gonna look through these glasses for my woman, so I can have. I'm not pimping her out, but I'm utilizing her abilities. Okay, that's what that's for. I'm gonna utilize her abilities to help me and her get the things that we truly want. So that's what he's saying. I'm utilizing it. Oh wow, wow. I can see the world differently now. Oh my God, the world is actually way better when I first think about, i.e., Grant Cardone. I'm going to use any money I get to reinvest it so it can bring me more, it can bear me more fruits so I can buy the things that I want to consume. That's all it's saying.
Think anything of you. So whether it's $20, $100, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million, it doesn't matter. Because $1 million or $100,000 or $10,000 is just a whole bunch of 20s that think nothing of you. So there's no difference except monetary value. So this is the second major problem. It's having emotional barriers, because the more money I put down on the table, the more you think of it. Because you think automatically of what it can buy you to satisfy wants and needs.
Right.
The key is to be indifferent. So going right back to the beginning, understanding the function of money is very important in order to respect money. But at the same time, you also have to reduce to zero your emotional barriers, and you have to be indifferent. Now,
I think another thing that he's saying is, so it better help to understand it, is that regardless of whether it's $1 or $1 billion, money is money. It doesn't. It's like, it's you treat all women the same. No matter if they fine as hell or they ugly as fuck, you treat both of them the same. And here goes a little tip for y'all. Okay, you treat the pretty ones like they're ugly. You treat the ugly ones like they. If you treat the pretty ones like they're ugly and the ugly ones like they're uglier. And the reason why is you're still indifferent. You're indifferent to her. $1 billion is the 10, the extremely beautiful woman. But you indifferent to her. No matter what position that you in, you indifferent. Hey, look, your beauty cool, but baby, what's between your ears? I don't give a damn how fine you is. I'm indifferent to your beauty. I can give a fuck how beautiful you are. How can we benefit each other? How do you benefit me? Just being beautiful? Cool. That's for the dorks. That's really what the dorks do. The dorks like, oh, she's beautiful. I'm gonna go dee. I'm gonna go over there and, wow, she's beautiful. I want to give her money. Bet. Hey, babe, they trying to give you some money. Go ahead, go get that money from them by like talking to them nice and come bring me the cake back. Yeah, I'm talking to this fine ass woman. Yeah, okay, sure, whatever, Bucko. Yeah, babe, go over there and get that money real quick. Facts. That's what it is. But you're indifferent to her beauty. Okay. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing for sure and two things for certain. If you ever seen a beautiful woman, there's a guy who's irritated and tired of her. I can guarantee you that.
this brings up another interesting point. How can you actually be respectful of money, but at the same time be indifferent? It's kind of contradictory.
Yeah.
Okay. But in this context, it's not contradictory.
Sure.
And I'll tell you why. Because respect in this context is simply having awareness.
Yeah.
So it's having awareness of what money actually is and being indifferent to money when you look at it, when you see more and more and more of it.
And I think this is where the red pill falls short. Because they don't. Okay, they bring this stuff up in a hateful way, but it's being, once again, respect is being aware of women's nature, which is cool. I'm aware of it. I understand, she's emotional, which means you gotta let her feel emotions. She has to be emotional in this way, and she has to, she wants to be with the best man possible, so she's going to test you and so forth and so on. And the same goes for men. I don't care what y'all talking about, but men do the same thing. Men do it to each other. We test each other to see how strong a man is. Message. Okay. So it's not just women out here just testing niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Men test men and men test women. So we all just testing each other. Okay. The next thing and more important thing is, once you understand her nature, you don't let it affect you. It doesn't affect you good nor bad. It's like, okay, I've seen this before. Because we all fall into these traps sometimes, which is cool. But now you can be like, okay, I know how to process this now. Okay, when she is acting up, if she's acting up, that means she just wants some love. She doesn't feel as love. So while she's going through her emotional tirade, kiss on her lips, smack on the ass, twirl her around, and send her about her way. And she will feel completely different than what she did before. You don't get as mad. Women say like stupid shit like, let's say you watch an Avatar and she says, "Do you think Aang has a arrow on his dick?" You're like, "I don't know, but if he did, um, what would you do to it? You should show me right now." Cause you turned it. You're not letting her stupidity or her you're not letting the stupidity get to you. You turned it into something that you wanted anyway. I want some ass. So I'm going to what my man Andrew Tate be doing. I'm gonna Fadoozle or Taekwondo the whole Kung Fu the whole thing into what I wanted to anyway. Oh, you think this? You think, oh, that guy's fine as hell. Oh, Michael B. Jordan's so fine. Oh my God. Oh, is he really now? What would you do to him? You should show me right now. We outside. What would you do with Michael B. Jordan? If I was Michael B. Jordan, what would you do to him? Right now, show me. She's gonna throw her off because she's like, damn, this nigga, I can't get to him. He finesses the whole fucking thing. He know how to finesse me. And you're indifferent to it because it's not like what she's saying, it's an opportunity. You're processing it as an opportunity. She's gonna say some crazy shit and you use it as an opportunity rather than like blowing up. Because I've been a guy to blow up. You know what I mean? So I'm finessing the whole situation. I'm turning every situation into an opportunity. So
And that's the key. So being aware and understanding money, where it comes from. So if you can actually manage to understand it properly and understand its function and be aware and be respectful to it, but at the same time being different, that's the key to actually starting on the road to becoming successful.
100%.
Because money will come to you, you will respect it, but you also know at the same time what it can and can't buy you, but you're indifferent to it as well. And if that makes sense to you, then you've got through that barrier. Anyway, we have a dinner booked at a restaurant, so we should hit the road. I'm quite hungry.
Okay.
Okay. So, and just touching on this, just closing out. So the biggest thing what he was saying is respect money, but be indifferent to it. Understand the function of money and your emotional barriers to money. Once you understand those things, the functionality, and this is what I put for myself, and also I will put these notes in the description. If you sign up for the email list and text message, you would get these for free. The function of money is the double coincidence of wants and how you process seeing money. That's the function. Like that's what and that's also the psychology, the emotion to the money. And then the emotion to the money is not having emotions to money, not thinking money is bad, not thinking, find out whatever your barriers are to why you're not generating more money. and that helps. We went over money is not the root of all evil. The person and how they process money is the root of all evil. Money brings more problems. Money doesn't bring more problems, it brings a different set of problems. Being broke brings problems. The broker you are, the more broke problems that you have. Richer you are, the more rich problems that you have, which can be actually solved with money most of the time. And money doesn't buy happiness. I say, like, you don't know where to shop. That's the most important thing. You don't know how to generate money, and you using that as a scapegoat to not make you feel as bad of a person or make you feel like you are bad at something, which a lot of people do. And that's not good because you are missing out on education that can help you become a better person, that can help you actually become better with money, your relationship with money, your relationship with women. If you, every woman come across and you say, oh, she didn't like me because I'm too much for her. Most people will look at you like you're an idiot. If more than three people call you a horse, then saddle up. You know, and it's a reoccurring theme that you need to address. This is something you need to address. If it reoccurs, it needs to address. That's why uh, I have what's called the blank book, and the blank book is whatever you put your name as the Robert book. And the point of this book is you journal. I'm not going to give too much, but I'll put it on the link description. You go to the website and buy it. If you want to, you do go get it. If you don't want to, please, I don't give a fuck. But its purpose is to help you to self-analyze and uh, uh, self analyze and to self-help yourself. An actual self-help book. This is what you know. People claim all the self-help shit. It's the actual self-help workbook. And the reason why is because you journal. And you're journaling and you're going to go back and reread your journals and notice different or reoccurring it's a system that I have and I use for myself, but it's a system that you read and you notice shit about yourself. Now, because there's two ways you could do it, but you notice it about yourself. And once you notice shit about yourself, like, damn, why does this keep happening? And then you question it, like, damn, okay, how do I process this way of thinking? If every time I get and this has happened to me before, and this is a real thing. If every time I get a big lump sum of money, I go broke, why is it why am I keep doing this? What am I spending my money on? How am I not being as effective as I possibly can with this money that I'm getting? And how do I change that? Because now I need to change. Like now, this is one of the things that I purchased with my money. I think that helped me dramatically. I was watching Billions, actually one of my favorite shows right now, and they have a performance coach. And so I'm like, okay, I could use a performance coach. If these guys who are handling millions of dollars have a performance coach, I need to have one because I want to be one of these guys. So since they got one, I'm gonna try it out and I'm gonna use one. So it's processing. It's the point of the journaling is to step outside of yourself and not to judge yourself. That's not what the point of the journal is. Like judges, no, you're bad and what you're doing is wrong. No, it's not the purpose of the journal. The purpose of the journal is to actually stand outside yourself and put and to notice, to look at yourself like, damn, okay, this keeps happening. Wow, I need to really change that. Wow, this is happening. Damn, I didn't know I really was thinking about it like this. Okay, I need to change that because maybe y'all might be smarter than me. I probably can. I don't think of myself as really that smart. Y'all could probably be smarter than me, but it's extremely hard to have dissonance and then try to fix the dissonance in your brain. Like I said, y'all could be smarter than me, but it's easier for me to write down my dissonance to actually write. I think I forget who says this, but he says if you can write down your problem is already like 70% solved. Because a lot of the problem is that we don't know what the problem is. So once you can see the problem outside of yourself, now you can better address the problem. And that's the point of the journal. You step outside of it, you see what the problem is, you can start to figure out, address the problem, and find solutions to the problems that you have with the ways that you think and how to upgrade it. So that'll be in the description. Once again, respect money, be indifferent to money. Respect money by knowing how it works, by knowing that regardless if I have 100 or a billion, that money is still money. It has no feelings towards me. The only feelings that it has towards me is that the only thing money asks of me is to use me to the discretion of your own power. That's the only thing money asks of me. Same with women. Women only ask you to do with me as you will with the power, with the discretion of your own power. That's women. To a large extent, when a woman cares for you or she's super attracted to you, do with me as you will, to the discretion of your own power. That's women. Okay? So definitely watch out for those big three traps. Money's root all evil, money brings problems, and money doesn't buy happiness, because all of those are bullshit. Then like I said, links be in description. If you want to get it, you can. I will be coming out with a high performance journal soon. I already have what's called the blank book, because you put your name there, and you could use that to. I use it personally, so I'm not. I created it for myself, and I figure it would help other people as well. And I will be coming out with a money management tool as well. So all of this will be in the link in the description. I'm grateful. My banksters out here with him himself robbed the bank. I'm glad y'all came. I'm glad y'all deposited some time. Hopefully, I withdrew some knowledge. Continue to follow me as I follow money. Let's dive deeper and get rich. Let's do it. That's what we're here for, baby. We trying to get some money. Yes, Annie. Yeah, Annie. Trying to get us some cake. So and more importantly, let me reverse that. Our job is to fix our mindsets so we can attract those things. I don't once again, I know they're like, what the fuck? I don't subscribe on getting the bag. I don't subscribe that. I subscribe to fix to clean the muddy waters that we have in our head, to clean the glasses that we have on our faces, so we have less dissonance around certain topics, and we look through life in a certain way that attract these things to us. Once again, I live by universal law. Universal law is the law of attraction. So I'm not trying to go out and hunt. I'm trying to build myself. Because the greatest, I don't know if anybody knows this, but here's a secret. The most expensive real estate and the most exquisite real estate in the world is only 6 inches. My hair is a little bigger, so it might be 8. But it's the space between your ears. That's the most exquisite real estate that you will ever have in your life. So once you take care of this and you change your lenses, life becomes better in any facet. So, and that's what my channel was made for. And that is what my mission is to do, is to help people change their mindsets. Believe me, I'm just giving my opinions. Do with it as you will. I can give a fuck less. I am indifferent to you. I respect your opinion, barely, but I am indifferent to your opinion as well. I'm looking for certain things in your opinion that could be true, and I expound on that, and I utilize your opinion to make me better. So be careful of what you tell me, because it may backfire, and it actually may make me better. So once again, got here to rob the bank. I'm grateful that you deposited some time. Hopefully you withdrew some knowledge. Once again, catch me on the next video of me following money. As you follow me, let's dive deep and get rich. Peace.